Hi everybody, my name is Suresh. So in this video, I'll explain about my solar journey experience and some tips and tricks for the families who want to consider the solar for their home. So my experience, I did a lot of research, talked to a lot of friends, a lot of companies, a lot of salesmen. So did a lot of research. So I thought, okay, why not do a video and educate people on this? So I divided this into 4 steps. You have to decide, plan it, and research and signing the process and what it takes after signing. So entire process from start to finish took about 4 to 5 months. I'll go step by step and explain the details. The first one is um, deciding, right? So you heard about solar, it's good. Some people say when a hurricane comes, the roof will go and the solar panels will be flying around. No, there was no such incident I heard, and I talked to a lot of people. That was the first reason why I did not do solar last many years, and I regret for that. And there's definitely no risk. It will not fly. They're tied very nicely. That will go drill into the roof, and nothing will happen. Even if your roof goes, the solar panels will stay. So that's what I uh, understood after all analysis. So, and again, the power bill you get is the main thing. Let's say if you get like $90, $80 per month, um, it's not a good idea. But if you are getting about 130, 120, above anything, 300, 200, if you have a pool, definitely you are a candidate for solar. And there is a beautiful website here, sunworks.com. So if you can log into your power system, and if you check last 1 year or 2 years average, or always go by last year because it will be increasing every year. Let's say if you are using 15,000 kilowatts per year, and in your area, I live in Florida, I see at least 5 hours per day solar. There is a map also in this website. Put that hours and how much you want to do it. Generally, people go 100 and 110%. Of that means how much power you want to generate from solar. So I at least do it 100%. And if I do that, the system size comes to 10.96. That's how you derive. Unfortunately, a lot of people do it different ways. I took for me a lot of time to understand. Then this calculator helped me. Always go by this calculator, ask explanation why people are doing differently. But this is the simple calculator which tells, okay, for your home, this is the size. Simple. And check if you have HOA restrictions and above certain system size, um, you have to get more home insurance coverage. So be very careful. Some companies do not tell that, and some companies do themselves to avoid this cost for you and everything. It is very nominal, like 120 to $200 extra insurance, but very important to check it out. And if you are selling a home, there is something to consider. Though a lot of people like solar, some people do not want to pay that additional 30,000 or 40,000 you put it on the home, just because it is adding the cost to the purchase. So think about it if you want to sell near time. And the funding is very important. Let's say if cash is easy, lease definitely no. And the finance option, I do it very carefully. It's not like a car, $50,000 worth car. If you buy cash, you will pay 50,000. If you finance, you will take loan on that 50,000 for 2%, 3%, or 4%. It's not like that. Solar works differently. If the cost of the solar system is 50,000, if you buy with the cash 50,000, if you go for finance, strangely that 50,000 becomes 75,000, something like that. So it's not the same cost when you finance. Be very careful. And cash is always the best option. And you can take the personal loan or something, or credit card, something, arrange that. Always play with that option instead of financing. Right. So once you decide, the way you have to plan this is, you have to basically um, check how much time you have. Like it takes like 4 to 5 months start to finish. So check very carefully when you want to do it, and plan about insurance, plan your funding, very important. And the next step is, um, okay, let's say you want to do it, and um, you are doing, you have to do a lot of research. So this is where my some of the tips come into picture. So when I did, I had no experience. I talked to a lot of people. I did. There is a good website, solarreviews.com. You can do a lot of reading there. And some of the things is almost all the top panels are same. Very good. So go for top, they call it as tier one panels. Most of them have 25 years, 30 years warranty, and everything functions same. Very little difference. Don't spend too much time. Oh, I get QCell, I get Altos, I get something, I get Panasonic, I got something Germany made, Japan made, US made, what made. So all are very similar. Little bit difference. Go for anything. Don't spend too much time. And the main thing in the research, what we did is with my friends, ask, get that quote from different people. I got at least 20 quotes from different companies. As you see here, in the Excel sheet, I gathered everything. So what is the rating of the company? What is the panels they are giving? What are the inverters they are giving? What is the system size? See, if you see this, what I got, everybody gave different system sizes, right? So, which I was surprised. Then, okay, I thought, okay, what I need, I calculated myself, and always go little bit higher if you want, but always do that math. And and always the best thing is to talk to somebody who already have solar or did research. Um, Once you are comfortable with the company and the price, always get it reviewed by somebody. So think about it, because there may be some things which you don't know, or everything might look good, but there may be something missing. Like, I know a lot of things which can go wrong in solar process. So people like me can help, but yeah, definitely get the final thing, final contract check, because once you sign, trust me, it is very difficult to um, come out of that contract. So I have that experience too. So the next thing is signing the contract. Very important again, financing or cash. Decide, definitely very important, and read the terms and discuss, review that contract. It is not like 100 pages, it will be very few pages. Review that, how is the warranty covered, how is the payment terms. Most of the times the person you are dealing with will not be with the solar company, most of the times, because you're talking about next 30 years, and people change this process of companies very quickly because of a lot of things. So read that terms of installation, payments, everything in the contract. Who is doing the contract? Who is doing the installation? Who is going to do monitor your system? Who is backing up that system with insurance? How is the, if there is a problem, who is going to fix the problem? Is it a company, or they are outsourcing to somebody? So there are a lot of third parties involved in every process in this solar. It's not that one company you're signing is going to do it. If they do it, excellent. I found a company like that, but very careful how um, it is going to work. A lot of times people don't explain this because they are in hurry to get things done. So read every single line, and don't sign when they come with iPad or sign the contract. Never ever do that. Wait, take your time, and sign the contract. And overall, it is, once you decide, sign the contract, it is a 7-step process. So the first thing is site survey. So that is basically somebody will come to your home, see the panel, see the electric board, and the feasibility of doing the solar, the which side and basic stuff, which is very important. Most of the modern homes, very easy. If there are old homes, they'll suggest to do some panel upgrades or things like that. And this system design is when they go back with these details and give it to an engineer. They'll do the design and everything. So these two will take about a week or two. It should be very quick. So I have a company said, okay, if you sign the contract, site survey will be in 1 month. So meaningless, right? But think about it. The sooner they do the site survey and design, that's it. That's the main thing. That's a very good start. And they will apply for permitting, and they one permitting takes about a month, 45 days, and they will do the installation. So sometimes the companies hire another professional company to do the installation, but it's okay. Check their reviews, ratings, and they'll pretty much do all the installation. And there will be inspection by the county officers, and they'll come and do it. And that's fairly a simple process, but these guys follow all the rules and everything. But uh, there is an inspection, and the guy from the electric company, for us Florida FPL, so they will come and check everything. They will basically change the meter connection to solar, so that the power comes from solar and everything, and power is on. So whole process approximately takes 4 to 5 months. um, that's an average. It depends on the permits from the county, and that's the only thing it takes time. Rest everything like goes very quickly, right? So if it is taking more time than 4 months, or taking long time, ask the company. Some of them offered me to pay the power bill for another 2 months because the system is getting delayed for whatever reason, right? So there are few people who do that. So my suggestions from my experience is, these are very good tips. Think about it. And so always prefer cash option than financing or loan, taking a loan. If you want to take a loan, see credit card options and personal loan, which is significantly cheaper than going for a loan. And no lease, because you will not get the tax credit. The company will get it. They own it. When you're lease, selling the home is very difficult, and lot of things. So never ever sign a contract when sales agent says, "Oh, it's a draft. Just sign it. We will send you the documents. It takes 4 hours to come, 3 hours to come." My experience, one guy said, "Oh, just sign this. This is just a draft saying you have a meeting here, and if you don't want, you don't want." They chased me like 4 months or 5 months for the payment, just because I signed a draft contract. They said I had to pay dues, so very bad experience. It's a national, they call it top solar company. So be very careful. Never ever sign anything in the iPads. Even the person says, "Oh, they came for so many so far," and things like that. And that's a trick, right? They say, "Oh, I drove 4 hours and I don't need to come again. I'll give you like $300 discount when you sign the contract." So that's how they play. And read the contract carefully. So every single line you need to understand, because it's not um, short term. It is going to be there for 30 years. And home insurance, as I said before, see, there are limits. You have to increase. It's not a big deal, but you have to do it. And my research says, always prefer the local company than the so-called country leaders. Almost with every top company, I had bad experience with it. They push sales because they have to pay a chain of people. No offense, but they cheated on the draft contract. So there are a lot of people mm, involved in this process, and most of the time they focus on the sales, and they hire somebody local to do the work. So which is like, again, like the local company is doing the actual job. So why not pick the local company? So then I researched a lot of local companies uh, where I live and picked the best. So always see if we can pick a local company, because they are local, they are dedicated, they have their own crew. The company I picked, if I had a problem, they came in like the same day, like 2 3 hours they are here in the beginning. After like 1 or 2 visits, I don't have any problems, of course. But always prefer a local company, very important. And always see who is doing the installation, who is doing the support. Um, so there are a lot of things. Some companies just install and go off. You will never see them, and they'll give the maintenance to somebody else. Somebody else do not know you, and there's a lot of things involved. So again, contract says everything. Read that and ask for the timeline, right? So everybody says, oh, 3 to 4 months, 4 to 5 months. But if you don't do the site survey until like first 45 days, obviously rest of that will be pushed, right? So I have companies saying, oh, you sign the contract, we will schedule and the site visit in like 45 days. No, it is simply pushing 45 days, and it's not good. And the company I asked for, or I picked, did this site visit like next day or so. So which saves like almost a 45 days time in the journey. So I spent a lot of time on the panel studying about them, specifications and everything. I think I wasted some time. It's not waste, but I finally understood all the panels are good. Go for any top tier panels is my experience, my suggestion. All the panels do good. They have 25 to 30 years warranty, so you cannot go wrong. And um, one experience is, the moment we went live with solar, first 1 month I was like, I got like $60 bill. I was like, oh, my solar is not working. I called my project manager from the company and said, oh, this is what he said. Wait 6 months because system gets adjusted, and it takes some time because it's summer, winter, spring, whatever. It takes about 6 months to get that average done. Now now almost an year I'm getting only the minimum bill I have to pay for FPL to be in the grid. That's it. So I was so much worried in the beginning, 2 3 months. I was checking constantly and everything, but it takes like 6 months. I would say wait for 6 months because you have designed the system so that you get less power bill or zero power bill or minimum power bill for FPL. So you did that. So it works. It's all math, right? It works. Just that it takes some time to get it set. And always, this is very important. This I did not know before. If somebody comes and says, okay, the system, this is how they say, right? The system is 50,000, and if you sign it today, we'll give it for 35,000. This is only for today's offer, which is good, but um, you need to know what is the price you are paying. They said 50,000 discount, 15,000, whatnot. But always the deal is based on price per watt. So remember this, very important, price per watt. And if it is 10,000 um, kilowatt system, and if we are paying 20,000, 20,000 by 10,000, $2 per price $2 price per watt. And of course the company reviews, who is doing that, everything is good, but end of the day the deal is based on PPW. So a lot of people don't um, tell exactly this way. They'll tell everything. They will not focus on price per watt, but that's where the uh, sweet spot, right? And always, if I go back and show my numbers here, for example, the prices change every time, but look for 2.5 to 3 price per watt plus the company reviews and everything, then it should be good. So overall, the these are my real snapshots from my Enphase app where you can monitor live. So if I look at whole year in 2022, so in the beginning I was like, oh, I'm paying too much, my solar is not doing. But if I look at the end, I am definitely um, definitely doing better. So there is net imported 1.1, but overall it's very good. And if I check this year, I am doing very good. I'm not paying any extra bills to FPL. I am in fact exporting to FPL. I'll get some credit. But that's how I planned. I did not plan for a lot of offset. I plan to make it 100% generate what I want, and I'm very happy with that. So in summary, what I say is this: you're helping the environment, definitely is very good, and why not use the free sun energy, and which is very easy. And this whole project is very simple, just that you need to get started. That's why it is. Getting started is a big deal, because people here, like I heard somebody saying, oh, what if the panels go into neighbor's home, it will get damaged. But how many incidents happen? Nothing. And the way they install these days with the all drilling and everything, it's not going to anywhere. So it sustained hurricane winds in my home already. Nothing happened, and no damage. I got it checked, and all the homes which have solar panels, no I checked after hurricane. I checked with my project manager. He said none of the clients had any problems. So that's not a problem. The thing is, you will help the environment. You will save a lot of money, of course. If not environment matters, you will save a lot of money, and it's free. The power is free, and the power companies are constantly increasing 3 to 4%, 5% every year. So imagine if you are paying $150 now, in 5 years you will be paying $300. So it is going to increase significantly based on different parameters. But in a nutshell, I'll leave my number, email in the video description. This is very good experience for me. There are a lot of tips and tricks they'll play, but we have to be educated. That's why I'm doing this video. And if you want any company, any reference, any final reviews, let me know. I'm happy to help. And if you need any referral within Florida, I have a good company known, so they will do a lot of good stuff. And I already referred few families. They're very happy with the installation and end-to-end process. So let me know. That's fine. And go for solar. I really encourage people to do solar. Thank you.